elections, meet the candidates. I know we have a small group of people here today, but as Virendra Bhai rightly said, this is going to be shown on YouTube. And you know you'll have millions of people watching thereafter, even those who are not going to vote. So as candidates, be at your best. Fix your hair if you have to now. Would be a good time. The way we are going to go around doing this today is first, the focus is, there are two things here. One is the actual process, which we will speak about shortly. But more importantly, you are here today to meet and to understand what the viewpoints of these potential candidates are. First of all, I would like to thank them on behalf of the entire election committee, every one of you who have still standing, still here, who participated and want to continue serving the Jain Center. We're happy to see that you're here, and we really hope that whether you win or not, you will continue to support and to work with the Jain Center. We shall start off with the highest position. As you know, the president is unopposed. Next will be the vice president, so we will have the vice presidents. But because a few of the candidates are not here in person, some of them have even sent a recorded message. We have also received a written speech which has to be presented to you. So we will do all the speeches. Sorry. Okay. I think she started that right away. Sorry about that. Nokar Mantra.
Arihantalam Namo Siddharam Namo Ayaryanam Namo Vajjayanam Namo Loe Savasahunam Eso Panchanam Mukaro Savapava Panasano Manglanancha Savesim Padmam Havai Mangalam.
My apologies, sorry for that, starting without the Nokar Mantra. So basically we will have the people present speaking first, and then those candidates who have sent it in writing or audio video will be presented at the end. At the end of all the speeches, we will take the opportunity to have people ask questions. This is very important. You are asking the question to a specific post or all the posts. You are not asking a person. So if you are addressing a question to the vice presidents, then both the vice presidents will be given a chance to answer that question. Besides that, as you may have known a couple years ago, we had made it a practice that your questions will be given in writing. We have boards here. I'm going to hand it out over there at the back. And use the paper, write down your question. Do not write your name. We do not need to know who is asking that question. Neither do you need to address a specific candidate or the name of a candidate. Address a post or in general, and we, the election committee here, will collect all the questions, see the ones which are fitting, which are correctly worded or even modified if necessary a little bit, and then ask that question on your behalf to the candidate or candidates. I hope that's clear. Keep it very much in the principle of Vanikantvad and goodwill. I mean, don't end up making it in any way harsh or pointed. And I think we shall start with the process only. Okay, we'll start with that. Now, also your questions can go to the unopposed candidates. That's why we have tried to get everyone here. There are quite a few positions which are being filled in unopposed, but you can still ask your questions to that candidate in particular or to that post. So we shall start with the President. Would you like to talk, sir? Okay, start with the President.
That is my favorite topic. Jai Janendra, thank you very much. Thank you, Mahesh Bhai, for, of course, your support and electing me unopposed. Of course, I don't have to now talk about canvassing myself, but one thing I want to tell, a lot of people take it for granted, that these posts, not just president, but rest of the posts are, we don't need people to spend time, we don't need to be present here. A lot of these things can be done by remote control. A lot of these things can be done by remote control. believe me, it takes lot of organization, lot of effort, and lot of work. Sometime, as I said last time, my day starts as early as 5 o'clock, and it ends maybe when we have one of these EC or BOD meeting, notorious meeting, it lasts as much as 1:30 to 2 o'clock. So we had done like 15 to 20 hours. So people who are not sure that they are still in the race, please do consider sometime you have to let go your personal work to attend to the temple business, because some of the temple business is time sensitive and you cannot just delay it. You need to attend it. You need to give it the most priority. Also, we had been doing a lot of programs, obviously religious program. Now we do more religious program, I believe, than ever before. Constantly there are Ekasana, Puja, Bhakti, Badhu Thai che. We do a lot of them. But lately we had been also trying to do as much as possible to community-oriented program. One of them you might have seen is the Visa Camp. We are trying to do it. And not only we want to be the example for the Jain community, but we want to be the example of the rest of the Indian community, that we are one of the most wonderful community out here in the thing, and we better, we have tremendous resources, we have tremendous human resources, people, and a lot of people donate money. So we never had any problem with the resources. So please do select people who do you think would dedicate their time for this Jain Center, and it's not secondary job for them. Jai Janendra.
We are also going to request that all the speakers also look out for the time signs there. I think I may have said that earlier. The 30-second time spot and the 15 seconds. So you know how much time you have remaining. After which, please time yourself to respect other people's times. Thank you.
So next we have a Vice President candidates, Dr. Mahendra Bhai Shah.
Jai Janendra. I am Dr. Mahendra Shah, and I am contesting for the post of Vice President for the election 2015. A little background. My wife's name is Niranjana Shah. Kauti is my son. Rupina is my daughter-in-law. Janki is my daughter. I have 4 grandkids. A back home history little. I have been raised in a very religious environment with my parents, with song and with mandal. And just with the parents I was attending all the religious activities, including Derasar, Vyakhyan, Puja, Pujan, and that is what I have in the background. I have studied in very good college, high school, and ultimately I received my Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery degree in the back home. With that I served there about 27 years, and then I came in USA in 1999. Here I joined the government hospital, worked for 13 years, and then I got retirement 2 years before. With the JCSC, I have very good connection, and I have worked for all the activities of the religious activities, including Puja, Pujan, Anjan Shlaka, anniversary programs, and Bhakti Bhavana. And as a religious committee chair, I was just coordinating all the things, the specific about the calendar, Bhathu program, and life. So with this a short introduction, I would like to have your support. હું જૈન સેન્ટરનો વાઇસ પ્રેસિડેન્ટ તરીકે ઊભો છું. આપણા સપોર્ટની આશા સાથે જય જિનેન્દ્ર. પ્રણામ.
Thank you, Mahendra Bhai. The second candidate, Dhiren Bhai Mehta, is not here, so we'll have his video later. Next is Treasurer Dinaben Tamer. Come in. Geeta Ben, sorry.
Is unopposed.
Sorry, Geeta Ben is.
Unopposed.
I know.
Jai Jinendra. My name is Geeta Khona, and my husband is Harish Khona. As you all already have heard me last year when I applied for EC and I was elected. Thank you for all your support. And now, since I'm already in the Treasury Department, decided to run for the Treasurer's position. And of course, nobody applied for it, so I'm uncontested over here as a treasurer. Thank you again for all your support, and I'll try to do my best to do everything that everyone needs. And I'm always here on Sundays, 9 to 2. If anybody has any questions or any help, or they can email me or call me or see me personally. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Geeta Ben. Next we have Kinal Bhai. He is for the PR position.
Jai Jindra, my name is Kinal Modi. I would like to thank to the voting committee for organizing this election for this year. They have done amazing job. I am running for the post public relation officer. As a public relation officer, you have to put lots of effort and time. And right now I'm an executive committee member. I help in like several areas like kitchen, in 25th anniversary, Pratishtha, all other area too. Professionally, I'm in currently healthcare industry in administration department. My wife is Mona Modi and son is Tir Modi. He was the vice president in Jain Center a couple of years back. It is my humble request to all of you, provide me your support and give me one more opportunity to serve our Jain son. Thank you. જય જિનેન્દ્ર, મારું નામ કિન્નલ મોદી છે અને હું પબ્લિક રિલેશનની ઓફિસ માટે ઊભો છું. એ માટે તમારો સાથ અને સપોર્ટની જરૂર છે, તો તમારો વોટ આપી મને જીતાડવા ટ્રાય કરજો. જય જિનેન્દ્ર.
Thank you, Kinal Bhai. The second candidate for the same is Ramesh Bhai Parekh.
Jai Jinendra, I don't know my voice is clear or not. Jai Jinendra, my name is Ramesh Parekh. In 1981, Dina and I moved in Irvine with my two sons, Shalin and Amrish. Professionally, I'm an engineer. I have worked in the medical device field, managing projects and engineering professionals. My career can be summed up as a development engineer, bringing medical devices such as intraocular lens and cardiac stents for heart. I request you to please read my biodata. I'm retired now, and I want to admit that I'm not good at many things, but I am good at many things that I'm proud of. I'm a qualified as a technical, but what I'm qualified for is my technical ability. Sorry for not, I'm reading and speaking at the same time. Technical abilities and skill. I'm a good listener, problem solver, team player, and individual contributor. 4 characteristics that really makes a R&D engineer. I'm retired for these skills, and I want to use these skills for Jain Center. I'm a contesting and asking for your vote as a public relations. During past couple of years, I had gained extensive experience by helping Vipin Bhai, who is our current PR. Along with that, I have also have experience with the web design team, and our communication is based on these services. I was EC member for 2 years during 2012 and 13. I have worked in several subcommittees. I am a board member for Ranakan community. for last several years, and I was JCYC Pathshala teachers in past for almost 8 years. I've been regular attendees of Swadhyayas and dignitary visits. Again, I'm asking for your support. Please give me your vote as PR. Thank you, and Jai Jinendra.
If I may request all the candidates to also keep an eye on the timekeepers, please.
Thank you, Ramesh Bhai. For the secretary position, we have 2 people who, both of them are not here, so we will see their video after everybody's done. The next we are going to have BOD, Dr. Jayesh Bhai Shah, and the donor. He is a winner already, but we'll listen from him.
I want to correct you, I'm not a winner, I'm the worker here. Jai Jinendra. Jai Jinendra to those who are here, and Jai Jinendra to those who are not here, those millions of people, as Virendra Bhai said, watching us. Jai Jinendra to all of you. Aren't we fortunate that we have such a good center here? Thanks to our leaders, those who have built this and given us to have good programs and to enjoy here. At the same time, we are lucky that we have a good Sangha. So we are very fortunate. And I want to say I'm more fortunate that this Sangha has given me an opportunity to serve as a BOD member. As a BOD member, what I would like to do is what you have asked me to do. Thanks for your support and your confidence and your trust. I'm honored and humbled. And I would do what you have asked me to do is that I would do my best to fulfill your trust. Our center has been considered as one of the best center on this continent, exemplary center, and my goal would be to keep it the way it is and make some progress to go even beyond. And to do that, we have to have certain things, and I call it 3 Ds. We need have dedication, devotion, and discipline. When I came here at 1 o'clock, I saw that there were only 3 people in the audience. Thank you, Dinaben. I'll finish it up fast. So all those 3 things, and I would request all of those who are planning to come, please follow dedication and devotion and discipline. We will definitely need discipline. And 3 things what I believe in for myself is 3 H's: honesty, humbleness, and hard work. And I'll continue to do that. Thank you all for your support. And one thing I want to finish with this, that if all of us, we can continue to work without worrying about who gets the credit, just keep on doing, we'll be successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayesh Bhai. Next, we have a candidate for both BOD position, Dinesh Bhai Shah and Shailesh Bhai Jain. Shailesh Bhai.
Thank you, Jaina. Jai Jinendra, everybody. I'd like to start out with a quote from Gurudev Chitrabhanuji. It goes like this: the law of life is change. Men must change with time or perish. The world is constantly changing, and we need our ideas to evolve with it, while holding firm in our values. Otherwise, we will lose the next generation and splinter as a community. I have worked with Jain youth for nearly 30 years and would like to implement some progressive ideas that respect our tradition and also allow younger generation to feel empowered and lead our community into the future. I am proud to have made a strong, lasting impact on our JCYC Pathshala. And thanks to a dedicated JCYC team, we have worked tirelessly to grow our Pathshala while also accommodating the needs of both parents and youth. This is the experience I would like to bring to Jain Center management as a member of BOD. Thanks for your support. Please vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Shailesh bhai. Dinesh bhai.
My name is Dinesh Shah. What I think in order to serve the community, there are some qualifications. Jayesh bhai said it well: dedication, devotion, and discipline. The same way, first of all, you have to have a time. I am a semi-retired real estate broker. I have good times, and I think I can put some more time with my experience. Second thing, you have to have a mind for it. I think I'm a total devoted to Jain Center and its different community. I have an open mind. I would like to do some certain demands, certain needs. I like it to do homework by discussing with the different opinion groups, and then bring the idea and try to fulfill the needs. The man, tan and the man. I am willing to open. I'm willing to put my time for a homework and deal that with the body of authority body or controlling body and bring those changes that needed. Right now, we are comprised of a one Jain Center, united, but different age groups, people from different cultures. Our kids are grown up here in American cultures. We are grown up back in India, and some are in the middle someplace. But I do think we should fulfill to the most and to entire community and stay united and work and practice under the one roof. That is my motive. I promise to do that my tan, man, and done and do my best. Currently, I'm leading the AV team. I've been with Jain Center since its beginning. I'm a proud life member. I served prior to the executive committee board, to the board of directors, treasurers, and many other subcommittees such as the bylaws, the Pajusan committee.
Wrap it up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again, please keep an eye on the time. Also, a quick reminder, if you have any questions for these candidates, as you remember them as they're speaking, please ask for the board, which is being circulated over there, and use a small piece of the paper, don't use the whole paper, and pass all the papers in front to us. Thank you.
Next candidate we have is Urvashi Jain. She's for the EC 21 to 35. She's uncontested also. And I hope that you guys have questions for her because this is new generation. We expect a lot from them. Come on, Anjay.
Jai Jinendra, everyone. I'm Urvashi Jain. I started coming to the temple when I was 8 years old, so I've worked very closely with Shailesh Shankal. I have been part of JCYC since I was 15, the JCYC committee since I was 15, and the last 2 years I've been teaching with Purviyanti with the seniors in high school, teaching in Hindi. And last year I got involved with the Toastmasters Club that we have specifically for our kids in middle school and high school. And I really enjoy teaching. I really enjoy connecting with people, talking to people. Every Sunday that I come here, I realize just how great our temple is, how much, since I was 8 years old, how much we have achieved in these last years. And I see that we have so much more potential to become greater leaders in our community. And I would like to, in this position, help other people see the greatness that we have here and have other people fall in love with the temple the same way that I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Urvashi. Okay, now we have candidates for EC. Incumbent, it's Savita Ben and Kokila. Savita Ben.
જય જિનેન્દ્ર. સોરી કલ્પેશભાઈ, હું કિચનમાં હતી એટલે થોડું મોડું થઈ ગયું, કારણ કે આપણા ધારા કરતાં આ બિલની સંખ્યા વધી ગઈ હતી અને પાછળથી ફૂડ ખૂટવું પડ્યું તો થોડા રોટલા અને પૂડા ઉતારવા જતા રહ્યા હતા. જય જિનેન્દ્ર. માય નેમ ઇઝ સવિતા મહેતા. ઓડિયન્સમાં છે એટલા બધા તો મને ઓળખતા જ છે બનતા સુધી, એટલે મારે કંઈ ઇન્ટ્રોડક્શન આપવાની જરૂર નથી, પણ આઈ જસ્ટ ગીવ માય લિટલ સ્પીચ. I am a part of JCSC since inception of 1979, and I have been involved with the JCSC Pathshala and attended many annual camps with the children. I am a teacher for the Sutra classes and know the requirement for our Pathshala, and I will try to do best for the children and whatever activity is required. I was a member of EC and JCSC was started. Since beginning, I was the first time was a AC member. I am a past president of Mahila Mandal. I am a member of Senior Association. I have been involved in a center, religious, culture, and fundraising activities. I was awarded a Jaina Adult Recognition Award. I am running for a EC member and create a better environment, Pathshala students, senior, religious, and cultural activities at our center. I will bring many years experience for successful management of our center. I am retired and I do not have a family obligation, so my goal is to serve JCSC. This is my second home. Everybody says I'm not home, then I'm in the Derasar. So please help me to vote me. Thank you and very much. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Savita Ben. Next is Kokila Doshi.
Jai Jinendra, I'm Kokila Doshi. I have been born and brought up in Singapore, and because of that, I can relate better to our second generation of youngsters that have been brought up outside of India, which is the majority of the people attending Pathshala. They believe in the Jain Dharma, but do not see that all of the traditional practices fit in their lifestyle. My participation in the EC will bring forth more moderate views to the group. Also, for the last 6 years or so, Komal and I have been instrumental in organizing the Mahavir Janma Kalyana event. And I think you can see that there's been a huge change over the past 6 years. It does involve working with over 200 children and their parents, that's 400 parents, to organize the nature and timing of individual items, rehearsals, formal auditions, so that you do see a program with a lot of high quality. We've worked with the challenges of group dynamics, and we do address a wide spectrum of individual concerns. As a result, over these years, we've seen a steady improvement in the number of participants, the level of parent involvement, and the overall standard of the cultural program. Now, besides it's not just organizing the cultural program, but less visible will be the organization efforts that go on over 4 months, from January till Mahavir Janma Kalyana. Something as simple as the assignment of rooms, for all the practices, that's every Sunday without fail. what was at one time an unorganized scramble for space has become much more organized and a much more responsible effort towards the use of the facility. Furthermore, I've also been involved in the administration efforts of running our Pathshala program, and I'm therefore immersed and familiar with the aspirations and concerns faced by most families that come to our center because they are concerned about the well-being of their children. I share their views and aspirations that we should make this center a home for our children and their future. Thank you. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Kokilaben. The next we have EC first time. We have 4 candidates for that, for one position. They are Komal Desai, Viren Shah, Nishitbhai Modi, and Ajay Bhai Shah. Komal Desai, please.
Jai Jinendra, everybody. My name is Komal Desai, and quite nervous because I'm not good with words. I'm a person of action who never gives up. So here I am again, running for EC member first time. You must have seen me running around the center during Pathshala or MJK, trying to resolve issues or helping wherever needed. My husband and I, with our 2 boys, moved from Chicago and became a member here in 2003. But in true sense, I became a member in 2009 when I committed myself to the center. I've been actively involved in JCYC, helping with all the administrative activities while organizing and coordinating one of the best MJK cultural programs, showcasing the talents of our center kids. I've also helped at medical camp and with the Ikasana food serving. The reason for my being at this podium is threefold. First, there is a need for women representation in our committee. Secondly, to run this growing center, we need someone like me who is energetic, open-minded team player who brings in creative solutions, but last and the most important is because I really want to. I want to make a difference by giving my 100%, but also to enrich myself with by following the Jain philosophies of nonviolence and Anekantwad. I want to bridge a gap between the Indian traditions and the American reality and to be the voice of the members who want to stay involved by religious and social means with other like minds and peers. I want to thank the nomination and the election committee and everybody present here. And if you think that I'm the right person for the position, I need your support and blessings, and please vote for me and pass the message around too. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamal Ben. Viren Bhai Shah.
Jai Jinendra. I don't have any speech because I have only one message. I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve the community of this center. As far as I know, I used to live in Boston. We moved here in 2006. I live with my wife Smriti Shah, my daughter Pooja, and my son Paras Shah in Mission Viejo. Prior to moving here, I used to be vice president and president of Jain Center of Greater Boston. If you guys ever see a big, thick directory of all the Jains in North America and Canada, that was done under my presidency. I was also a board of director of Jaina in past. Currently, I am also secretary of Anekant Community Center since past 5 years. I've been actively involved in all the health camps around here and also TCCOP activities and help out wherever I can. In a nutshell, I'm like a slinky. You can throw me anywhere, I'll do any job you tell me. No problems, nothing else. Every center in America has three problems, three generations. Younger generation, sandwich generation, which is my generation, and our parents' generation. How to bring all together, that's a question. I want to help solve that question. I want to bring the generations together. I want to make this center more vibrant. And we have a vibrant center since past 15, 20 years. I want you to start thinking, what are you going to do after 15 and 20 or 30 years from now? I want to bring the younger generation in current area together, help them out. Vote for me, vote for Viren Shah. In Gujarati, Viren Shah ne vote aap jo. Hindi mein, please aapka vote mujhe diye dijiye. Viren Shah, help me out to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you, Viren Bhai. Nishit Bhai Modi.
Jai Jinendra. My name is Nishit Radnikant Modi. I would like to thank you for taking time out to come busy schedule to attend this meeting. I am running for the position first time EC member at the Jain Center. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in the chemistry and I am currently working as an administrator in the assisted living facility. I am living in the Placentia with my wife Kavita, son Chiranj. Jain Center has helped me and my family to in our religious journey has showed us in the way of life. Our Jain Center means a lot to me and my life and we consider it our second home. I have been a life member since 2009. During these 6 years, I was fortunate to participate in many events of our Jain Center and provide me voluntary help. I have always enjoyed enjoy serving our community. I am blessed to participate in many events Jain Center and I have provided my seva in following areas, serving food during the Ekasana, Swami Vatsalya, accounting Bhandar, active member of the maintenance committee. As our center growing, there are many projects and to which I will be able to provide my contribution by working selflessly and diligently. My mission is to serve our Jain Center by turn, month, and end for its continuous growth and prosperity. My vision to make our Jain Center as a part of each Jain family so that every family member, senior, youth, kids can participate to Jain faith as way of life. To fulfill my vision and mission, I am counting on your blessing and full support in getting elected. So it's my humble request you to vote for me and give me opportunity to serve our community by becoming first time EC member. Thank you very much. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Nishit Bhai. That is all who are present here. We're going to start with the video from 3 candidates. If you can turn off the lights here. Yeah, if you want to, okay. We'll read the Naveen Bhai Gangar's audio one first, and then we'll have the video presentation.
Long enough? Okay, that's okay. I'm going to read Naveen Bhai's message, though he has sent it. Naveen Gangar, candidate for JCSC, Secretary to 2015-16. Jai Jinendra. I have been part of the Jain Center since 1979 when we were still conceptualizing a place for Jains to come together to pray, to meet fellow Jains and teach our children the Jain principles. Since 1996, I have served 2 terms as secretary, a vice president, as a board member, and as a member of various subcommittees. Currently, I am treasurer of Anekant Community Center. In 1998, I joined the building committee as a project coordinator to manage the construction of our beautiful cultural center and also Jinodhar of the Derasar facility. My wife, Divya Gangar, and I are retired and both actively contribute our time to the Jain Center. For the past 25 years, I'm actively involved in medical activities of Bidada Hospital, Bidada, Kutch, India. I've worked at all levels of activities at Bidada Hospital, including secretary and director. The hospitals hold an annual camp where 25,000 patients are treated in 20 days for different facilities such as ENT, eye, heart, ortho, etc. Some patients are then referred to cities like Mumbai for major operations. I'm also involved in various social and education community activities here and in India. I'm very dedicated, reliable, committed, easy to work with, sincere, open, honest, and result-oriented. I want to bring my valuable past experiences and vision to preserve our religion, literature, Jain rituals, and promote Jainism. I'm looking forward to your support for the position of Secretary of the Jain Center and promise to serve our community in the best possible manner. Thank you, Naveen Gangar.
No, you're fine. It's just going to come down. You're fine. If you want to see it, then you can, yes, sir.
I do have a vote.
So I guess we'll request all the candidates to come back once the presentation is done.
But you have a time off today from the end.
You're changing name.
Yeah, change name. Okay. Wrong remote? No, right remote. Just name.
In the meantime, if anybody has any questions that you want to bring it to the right time, please.
Thank you very much for volunteering. Thank you for the time.
Again, please address it to the position and not the candidate, please.
You wanna take one, please, meanwhile?
No. Takes a few seconds.
Jai Jinendra Jain Center friends. My name is Dhiren Mehta and I am a candidate for the position of Vice President at Jain Center. My commitment to Jain religion, my leadership skills, as well as the ease of interaction with people of diverse backgrounds make me the right candidate for this important position at Jain Center. I am seeking your support and vote in the upcoming elections. My goals are to continue supporting all the religious activities, foster young professionals to join or include in the Jain Center leadership, and expand our community outreach programs. I have attended our adult Swadhyaya for the last 24 years and was de facto monitor for the class for over 16 years. Among my leadership skills, I've been president of Pratham Los Angeles chapter for 6 years, president of Jain Social Group Los Angeles for 2 years, and vice president of Jain Center for 2 years during 98-99 years. I took early retirement from a professional career to devote my time to my passion, volunteering and seva. Currently, I am team lead for the safety team for the ease of evacuation or safe evacuation of our Jain Center in event of a disaster. Last year, we conducted 4 segmented drills and they were very successful. Thank you, and I seek your support and vote in the upcoming elections. Jai Jinendra.
Which I will come all to you. Because presently I am not here. But anyway, myself, Ajay Shah. We migrated in this country in 1998, and from that day, I'm the one of the lifetime members of the Jain Center of Southern California. Right now, I seen from 98, very small temple grow until today, becoming a huge temple. Still we look forward to make it bigger and bigger and better and better. So far, my kids grown up with these parts of it, and I know the culture and what I'm getting from this center. Anyway, as you know, from the community or the center, whenever they require, they need me. Most of the times I'm available as a volunteer, but now I decided to run as an EC member, and just please give me more opportunity to serve the community and the Jain Center better and better. I look forward to get me really good response from you guys, and I'm looking forward to blessing from all senior people, all support from the my age people, and same times I need a lot of love from all my young people, and give me the responsibility on my shoulder to prove myself and give the more and more time to the community and the center. I have a really very flexible business that support me to come and support the center and work for the community. Anyway, look forward. Thanks again. And Michami Dubram once more.
There was Ajay for the first time EC. Sorry, it was not very clear, but we will put his bio on our website so at least you can get more information from that.
My fellow brothers and sisters, my name is Jiten Vasa, and I'm seeking your kind support to be the next secretary of our beautiful Jain Center, where every faith in Jainism practiced together. I will continue to serve our center with all my heart, and I'll do everything in my power to allow our center to nurture the spiritual, educational, and cultural needs of our members to its full extent. I envision that we follow all the principles of Jainism in forming a brotherhood amongst each other and work hand in hand. Since my childhood, I've been privileged to have parents instill in the values of the Jainism how to utilize in helping the others. They taught me how important it is to serve others. I've been practicing dentistry for past 35 years, and it feels unbelievably satisfying to have a myriad of patients develop their smiles as well as raise awareness and encourage proper dental and overall health. I have given my free service in many health fairs. Jainism has encouraged me to carry out the actions with the mentality of live and let live. I served as public relations officer during 1984-85 and served as the secretary during 2008 and 9 and worked very hard to support our center. Currently, I am the president of very prestigious Jain Social Group Los Angeles. This group, we encourage social networking and promote many artists to develop and master their talents. My term is ending this year, and as a result, I will be able to serve our center full time. It is my desire to work with all groups of people. I will push for more youth participation. I want to fulfill the needs of our senior. In working hand in hand with the other board members, I hope that together we can solicit suggestions from the members of our Jain Center in working towards making our center our very best that we can. It is my hope that with my experience in leadership, my experience in the religious knowledge, and as a religious teacher for past 8 years, and my experience in serving my community as a dentist, and with the loving support and with the amazing family and friends, I'll be at my very best helping the Jain Center reach its new peak. I truly feel the Jain Center is my second home. I want to thank you all for allowing me an opportunity to serve you for the next 2 years for our beautiful Jain Center. Thank you all.
Candidates can come back. Okay, now we're going to have to just pick up questions amongst ourselves. Give me the ones which you modify. I'd like to detail myself. Okay, so just to give the order, we are going to start with the Q&A. As requested, thank you very much. We have a lot of questions here. We will go ahead and combine some of the more common ones and of course address that. Some questions have been addressed to specific posts, others are to all the candidates. So we'll start with the specific posts so that they can answer, and then when it comes to all candidates, we can, yeah. If we have time, we'll take it at the end. Because there are also certain questions here which are, in my opinion, or in our opinion, not necessarily for this platform, for this place. One of them was addressed to the AV team, so I think we shall let that be handled by the EC at one of the meetings. And at the same time, certain questions, we may even modify them slightly to be more appropriate for this platform. Yeah, thank you. No 2 minutes here. 20 seconds also. I mean, there's no time, but please don't drag it. And when a question is asked to all candidates, it's not necessary that every one of you have to answer. If you have a good reply, if you have an answer, you can do that. Because otherwise we will go on, we'll be here for many hours otherwise. Okay, first one. To all candidates, where do you... Wait, you want to start all candidates or let's go specific? Let's go specific. It'll be faster. Okay. Shall we give them the microphones?
I give them.
Okay. This question has been directed to the Vice Presidents. What new ideas, new visions do you have for Jain Center? As we will only, obviously only the present candidates can answer these questions. So, question to the Vice President, what new ideas, new vision do you have for Jain Center?
The ideas, in my mind, I have about 20 points to implement. 20 points, you must be remember what our late Prime Minister Indira Gandhi has brought. In all the fields of the Jain Center, I will try to implement in religious, educational, cultural, and all the fields where we can be top as a Jain Center. With the youth involvement, with the financial stability, with the having the basis of the religious, all the cultural activities, and with the teamwork, with the cooperation, and with the consent of the majority, with the guidance from the acharyas and the scripture, where there is a religious activity, and where there are dominant persons' ideas, our senior, what they have observed and what they are telling, they are suggesting, and we will try to implement those ideas to make our center a beautiful center. Thank you very much.
The next question, we do have a lot of questions, so please be assured we are not going to sit here all afternoon and make you all wait. We will be combining some, at the same time some which we feel are not as appropriate. We are going to, we're going to probably skip those. Okay, this is for all EC members. As a new EC member, if elected, what different things would you do to improve the running of Jain Center?
Can you please repeat the question?
As a new EC member, if elected, what different things would you do to improve the running of Jain Center? I think this can also be combined specifically with a couple others, and I'm going to read these questions out because you can answer them, collectively. Would you have enough time to attend most meetings and participate in the tasks necessary to run and further improve Jain Center operations? There's one more here. And this is for also EC board. How are you going to keep the meetings more concise and sticking to it, to the time? That way the meetings get ended on time. There's also a statement after that, which I don't think is necessary to read out. All right, so basically an EC question, very generalized. How do you plan to discipline, bring about improvements or any changes? Anybody, any EC members would like to take this up? Please raise your hand and take the microphone.
Current or the first timer, anybody can answer this.
So,
hold on there.
How we can implement some new. Yeah, one question at a time.
Okay. Would you have enough time to attend most meetings and participate in the tasks necessary to run and further improve the Jain Center operations?
Yes.
I would say also, because it's being addressed to the whole EC, state your name and what position you're going for, so people know who's answering that question. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm first time running for EC member, and yeah, I mean, I would have the time given in advance the dates when the meetings are, and to implement new ways to kind of speed up the meetings. There are different ways that we as a team can come up with. Anybody else?
I'm sure everybody has an answer as a yes, because you're not gonna be here if your answer is no. So please just bring up the thing that you're gonna do it differently. If you have any other ideas that you can tell us, that how you're gonna do something different.
The question is whether do I have the time to attend the meeting, or what is?
I already answered that for all of you. Yes, you do have time. That is the reason you are here. Now tell us what different things you have in mind that you will do that is not implemented now, but you will try to implement.
So the common problem when you come here and then when you go home, and what do you come across, what comes across that your mind for any programs? It's like, it was a great program. Food was good. It could be better. I didn't do this. They didn't do that. Oh, it could have started on time. Well, this is what I promise. If I'm elected, every program, if I'm in charge, it will start on time. Guaranteed. I'm taking that pledge, and I will need everybody's help. But it will start on time because there is a proof. We just had a program for ACC, and it was supposed to start at 7:30. With 7:25, we had the prayer, and it did start at 7:25. And the program did start at 7:30. So I need your help. I need community's help. I need everybody's help. Help me to help you. And I promise that every program will start on time.
Thank you, and try to keep your answer as limited as possible, please.
I believe the question applies to me too. I'm new to the EC. Hi, I'm Urvashi. I attended, I believe it was 2 years ago, I attended an EC meeting, and I noticed that it was running on really long, and I was not really used to meetings being that long. Coming from the school background, my meetings would wrap up in half an hour, 1 hour, maximum 2 hours. But I was there for minimum 2 hours, and it was going to go on for a lot longer. And I started to come up with ideas of how we can make meetings more concise. And while everyone wants to participate, wants to feel that they have a voice, I feel that if we were to implement like a time limit system, it's just kind of an idea, not a formal plan or anything. But if we could implement like a time limit for speaking and making sure that everything is concise and to the point, I feel that at least the time meetings, the board meetings that we have, will be much smoother. Otherwise, the question comes up like, can you really commit that much time? You don't have to commit that much time if there's not that much time to commit to. If you have maximum 3-hour meeting once every month, it doesn't seem like that much of a big deal. I come to Temple every Sunday, 3-4 hours. 3 hours a month for board meetings does not seem that much a big, but we have to commit to making sure that we stick to a time limit when we speak during meetings and discussing issues that are really relevant. And just, if something does not require discussion. Don't discuss and just vote on something. This is just what I've observed from one meeting that I went to. So,
Anyone has any other different idea than what has been discussed?
Hi, my name is Ramesh and I'm a PR. I'm not a PR, I'm sorry. In a corporate world, there is a book. It's called where the minutes are kept and hours are lost. In corporate world, it's a lot of expenses. There is a book and there is a really training about it. I would think that we would ask every board member and EC member to read that book and follow it. It's a very precise method of keeping track of minutes and what is really going on. How do you make the decisions? Sometimes we just drag on and like, I can continue dragging on, but somebody will say and show me 15 seconds and say, hey, time is up. You are done with it and make your point. That's really, in fact, I talked to my friends about this thing. That, sometimes
If
we
we
just talk and
if we
talk.
can make
I'm
this
sorry.
not personalized answer, I would
Okay,
appreciate
I'm
it.
on. So I think that book, minutes are kept and hours are lost, is a very good book. I would bring that book if somebody wants it, and I would ask that most of the EC members read that book. Thank you.
I am going to request.
I want to address this question. I'm the number one victim of the late meeting. We had been having this kind of meeting for 15 years. One thing I told them, we're going to enforce the time limit. If a meeting does not complete in certain time, since we're going to have very young people, single female people driving, it's unsafe for them to leave at 1 o'clock, drive all by themselves. If a meeting does not complete, we'll close that meeting 11 o'clock. We'll start the very second day or the next week, unless that meeting, it has to complete. And the people who hog up the minute, we're going to keep the tab on all those things. We know that there are people who will keep on going for 15 minutes, and there are people who can precisely do for 5 minutes, that same thing. Okay, so now we are going to do this day. Every alternate weekend, we will have the meeting. If the meeting does not conclude, we'll make it conclude. We'll go home, go to our family, come back the next time. So we will do that way. Because I have suffered it. I drive sometime hour and a half. And leaving from here 1:30, by the time I reach 3 o'clock, and the next day I have since it's a meeting on Wednesday, next day I have Swadhyaya, I am half of the time I sleep in the Swadhyaya. So that is the way we're going to conduct meeting. We're going to tab who is talking, who is acting. We're going to start accounting for the member, because right now I have done that, I have done that. There is no proof what they done that. Now there would be an accountability. That's the way we'll run these meetings.
All right, I'm also going to request all the candidates that if you have a specific, you've already made your speech. I think everybody here and everybody on YouTube is going to hear it. If you have a specific answer which is different, not repeating the same thing, then please stand up, because we will be here. We have a lot of other questions to go through yet, and we do not want to be sitting here all evening and all afternoon. Okay, the next one is a very simple one. You can always volunteer your time at JCSC. So why do you want to be a member of EC or BOD? EC or BOD?
In a way, the asking question is good, but sometimes you want to go a little extra mile. What you want to serve to Jain Center, you want to go extra mile. And I think the extra mile, I need my voice in the board of director. I need to put this thinking, what my community behind, and bring it to them. And I think in order to do that, yes, some way, somehow, we do need to participate in a political machine, and that's the reason I'm running. Jain Center always will have my supports, whatever he wants, whether I'm elected or not, but that's, I believe that one should lead if he can lead. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good point that, yeah, you can be at Jain Center, not 3 hours, you can be here whole day, and you can do whatever you want to. But sometimes you need to be, as Dinesh Bhai said, I agree with it, that your voice needs to be heard, and your experience and your input is very much needed to make the right decision for this center. If our 1,000 families or 1,000 members are here, all of them are here, but they are not making the decision. So to make good decisions, your experience and your candidness and your wittiness is very important. So those who can contribute, they should be in the committee. Thank you very much.
A lot of people approach me and they say, okay, I would like to volunteer. And I've been volunteering for a long time. But again, at the same time, I would say with my experience that there are a lot of volunteers who are willing to give their time. But what happens, nobody wants to take a lead. They will follow you if you give them a task. They will give you support when if you give them something to do. But again, they don't want to lead. So I have learned for the last few years running the Pathshala that people are like we have at JCYC, we have more than 100 volunteers. And then I would say 80 to 90% volunteers, I have handpicked them. And they are people, nobody know about them. But at least what I'm saying, we need a leader to lead them. And that's why I'm running for the position.
Thank you, Shailesh Bhai. Anybody else?
Anybody wants to say anything?
Raise your hand moment the question is asked, so we know how many people want to answer it, so we can move on to the next one. Fair enough? Okay, the next question. Anybody wants to answer that anymore? All right. I'm going to reword this one. We have a lot of seniors who are serving the community and want to continue serving so. And we have the opportunity for a lot of the younger ones who want to come on board. How do you plan to make them both work in harmony and to combine the powers of both, or the strengths of both groups? EC, BOD, anybody? Raise your hands, please. Go ahead. Dinesh Bhai.
Very good question. Yes, as mentioned, we do have a different age group, grown in a different cultures. How do we combine? Yes, we can, we have seen most of the family, there are younger generation in there, and the parents are older, and they do live in harmony. There's a lot of family values that we should learn, and we could implement the same thing. If I will go to both groups, listen to them, their concerns, their ideas, but they must initiate from their heart that we want to be united. And that's the way I'm going to keep this harmony. Make sure there's an initiation from the heart, from all the sides, that, hey, we want to be together, younger generation or the older generation. And then find a solution, find a common ground, find some compromise. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dinesh Bhai. Anybody else? Okay, next question. Kalpesh, are you going to? Okay.
This question is my focus. That's why I'm running for position. Bring in the young generation. We at the Jain Center always say, this is a very popular phrase, youth is our future. But we are not doing anything for youth. We are not creating environment for them to come here. Look at this. Our children are not coming back here. None of our children are here. We are old folks. We are running this center, and no young people are involved in management. And that is very troubling. And that's why I don't know the answer, how I'm going to do it, but that is my focus. Thank you.
Jai Jinendra. This is like my fellow friends and members who are contesting mentioned. It's a very strategic question, and it is a really strategic situation. Two things are common here. Nobody beats the wisdom of the seniors. They are the one who has built this temple. They have the experience, they have the wisdom, they can show the path. Nobody can beat the energy and enthusiasm of the younger generation. It's a question of creating the fusion. It's a question of how can I convince some of our senior fellows that please teach them. And how can I convince the younger generation, please learn from them. That is the question. And that is one of the reasons I am running for it, because, as I mentioned, I want to think what we're going to do 15, 20, or 30 years from now. That is the question. I mean, you already have built it since past 15, 20 years. This is one of the best, biggest center in America, and we should be proud of it. And we want to hand it over to the next generation who can build more on top of this. And also, respectfully, have everybody come here and do and worship, have cultural activities, and enjoy our center, enjoy as a community, and create that harmony and keep going forward.
Can you keep it short, please? Yeah,
Thank you.
We also, my apologies or our apologies, I know we are cutting you off and some of you have some great ideas to speak about, but there's also the actual election process which we want to speak about after this, and a actual demonstration to be done by Jigar. So give us a few minutes with something. If you made your point, it's good. You don't need to elaborate more unless it's some new ideas, additional ideas, okay? Again, this is a question to, I guess, anyone who wants to answer it. We have a diversity of population in our temple from different sects like Deravasis, Stanakwasi, Digambars, and different Swadhyay groups. Also, we have several mixed marriages, etc. How do you plan on bringing them all together or working with everyone in communal harmony? Anyone?
I will answer if nobody answers. We need to respect this. This is the only, in USA it is possible. When you are in India, Digambar had their temple, Stanakwasi had their Stanak, and Dhiravasi had their thing. This is the unique situation in USA, it's not in India. So we have not had opportunity to see those kind of arrangements in India. What we are experiencing here in USA is this combined, because we ourselves are very small in numbers. Maybe in Los Angeles, maximum population with surrounding counties only 5,000 people. If we start designating this as a one-sect temple or one-language temple, I don't think we're going to survive, or our future generation is going to look upon us. So we need to continue to maintain this as all-inclusive Jain temple. You have to respect everybody, you have to respect all the people, and we carry on. And we have done this for the last 27 plus years, and we can continue. Of course, we had challenges. A lot of people come from different background, and according to them, this is the only way to do that, or that is the only way to do that. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the way this Jain Center has evolved, and that's this Jain Center, or rest of the Jain Center in USA should continue.
Jai Jinendra, whoever asks this question, just I want to draw the attention that this question is not today's question. The years back, after observing 2 or 3 years as a spectator in a Jain Center, I just came through some conflicts among the different sects. And then when I come to the EC, I try to understand the other fellows, and then I put on a proposal with the 54 points to form a religious committee. And with all the points, they applaud, and they asked me to take the leadership to solve this problem. And one suggestion, I just put it there, that I will take one lead for each sex, each Swadhyay group or Jain study group, Digambar community, Bhakti group, and in this way, many members are here from senior, from Mahila Mandal, and I form an 11 members committee, one from the community also. And with their feedback, with meeting, with communicating with each other, I have brought those issues to the EC, and if the EC is giving a good solution with all the respects, that solution is to be conveyed to the community concerned, and if they agree, and then we form. And this is the way, till today, I am working, and to my observation, I am trying to those problems in this way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mahendra. Anybody else? Or can we go to the last question?
I think this kind of question, I think the first answer is with you, with the voters, with the community. Please have a united mind. Please make sure whatever we believe, whatever we practice, different way, different belief, it's okay. Everybody is permitted. We will fulfill their needs, what they need, but we need to stay united. Just remember, we are one Jain with a different belief, different way of practice. It's okay. Let's stay united.
All right, thank you very much. The last question that I'm going to is quite an open-ended one, and I know this could really keep us here for a while. So honestly, if you have a really good vision, idea, or something you want to share, only then answer it. Where do you see our center 10 years from now in terms of expansion and financial status? So I guess growth, financially and expansion and financially wise, where do you see our center 10 years from now? Again, it's a very open-ended question. Who has written this? And I will say that yes, unless a candidate has specifically in mind something that you wish to be seen 10 years from now, speak about it. Otherwise, we've got all your replies, I think. Go ahead, please.
In 10 years from now, I would like to see more of my fellow friends involved at the temple. I would like to create an environment that they feel comfortable coming to, and an environment that they feel that they can contribute and get something out of as well. I'm not sure how to do that. I mean, it's 10 years down the line, but that's kind of my vision for the future. Thank you.
Okay, if we are done with all the questions, any comments, any questions? Not at all, not at all. Okay, so now I think we will move on to the actual, Pinal is going to explain to you briefly about the process of how the elections are going to be held.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you all. Are you meeting at the meeting at?
No such luck. We just started.
Well done. Thank you all the candidates. Yeah, you can.
Yes. Very well.
Thank you. Okay, what we're going to do is, I'm just going to go over the election process that's going to happen. The number one thing that we wanted to do this year was try not to do paper voting. We want to do an online voting. We want to save on paper. We want to make it green process. So we need all your help to do it online. The number one is, everybody needs to log into jaincenter.org. On the top right-hand corner, there is a login place. So everybody should go home, try to log in using your registered website, registered email address. And then if you do not remember your password, then put a forgot password in there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then so that will be number. So most often we want everybody to do online. Okay. The second thing is, if there is anybody, the election will begin on the 1st of November. Okay. So on your emails, you will get some you'll get 2 pins, or depending on how many voters you have, that many pins you will have. Then you log in and vote for the candidates. On the 8th and the 15th of November, from 10 to 1, and this is only for people who cannot do online voting, we're going to set up an election booth here. But please, this is only for people who cannot do online voting. We'll try to help them out and get it done. And we're going to go electronically how the process works. So you want to
just to fill in, Jigar, first of all, if we can have you come up on stage, just to fill in a few details additionally. So we are predominantly an online voting, but the process is not that difficult, and we're going to walk through the entire process right now. Number 2, 8th and 15th, it is a Pathshala day. So we will have a lot of people over here, and we will help you actually vote also online over here. If not, the last resort is going to be paper ballots. So everything is going to be possible. We're going to try to get as many people to vote as necessary. But how to go around doing it, Jigar will walk you through that right now. Do you want to, I'm sure you're going to have a few questions about the security of this whole system. And I think I'll let Jaina speak about the security of it before I let Jigar start making a demonstration.
Jigar, if you want to get ready, and meantime, I can we want to go over some of the questions that you might have, the security of this whole process. Just like the paper ballot, we want to reassure every one of you that your vote, none of the us, 3 of us, or any of the IT people will know who's voting for who. So even when we do electronically, your vote will be secured and encrypted as soon as it comes to the website. So nobody can see that, not now or not even later on when we come the result. And nobody will be able to see the result until the 17th of November when we do that. So we want to reassure you that every step has been taken from the security point of view to make sure that your votes are very much restricted from anybody to see it. Jigar, you want to go ahead, and then I can answer more questions on security.
To keep things very brief, the online process is very simple. If you're already a lifetime member, you do not have to click on the registration, which is on the jaincenter.org website. Simply click on login, which will take you to this page. Enter your email address and your password. If you do not know the password, click on forgot password and enter the email address that you know you had entered during the membership process. You will be emailed a password. I would request, please be patient. Wait for about 5 to 10 minutes. If you don't have an email in your inbox, check the spam or the junk folder. After this is done, you're logged in, take the temporary password login, and you'll have an opportunity to change the password. Once you're logged in, you will see a screen on the page which will say, are you ready to vote electronic? You would say yes. This would happen only on November 1st and thereafter. Once you do that, on November 1st and after that, you will receive an email with voter PIN and voter ID. The voter ID and voter PIN will be used in the registration process. I'm going to show you the registrations, the candidate screen and the voting screen to walk you through the process.
Just before you go there, today we actually made a lot of people go in and not change the passwords, actually register on the site. It was a very simple process. We had some computers set up. We will try to do that again whenever we are here on Pathshala days, right?
And also on the first one, there is no Pathshala, but we do have a
right on the back to Pathshala night. We will have the same thing set up over here to help you in the registration process.
So I just logged in to give you a little preview. Here you can click on change password, and right on the left hand side will be the election tab, which will allow you to click on online vote. Just to show how to change the password. So this is the screen where you can get a preview of the candidates. their bio and their information. I'm going to just scroll down. At the end is what we say, click here to vote now. The bios of the people who are not here, the picture will be updated and will be live by tomorrow morning. Click here to vote now. That's the screen where you need to have the voter ID and voter PIN ready. This is the screen which will appear. Those who are uncontested, there won't be any voting. There are radio tabs. You would either select a candidate depending on your preference. Scroll down, and at the end is where you would enter voter ID and voter PIN. Is that clear enough, or is that okay? If you have two voter pins, you would complete this, come back to the screen and enter the voter PIN, the second voter PIN. Once you have used the voter PIN, you will not be allowed to re-vote.
So this is how the security works. If the husband and wife, if one address has two voting husband and wife, then you will be given two different pins. You are using same email address, so your login is one, but you will have two different pins to vote for. If your husband votes for you, wives, then it's your problem, not ours. But make sure that you have using two different pins. And no, we can do it. In short, we cannot be responsible because it's your email. If both pins are used by same person, we cannot do anything about that.
I will add to that even when we were doing the paper ballots, we were sending two ballots in one envelope. When it came to your house, whether the same person filled both or not is the same issue over here. If two people have access to the website or to the email, they can do it. Also, just to retouch on it, 1st November is when those voter ID pins are going to be sent out, not before November 1. Prior to that, you have all the time from now to November 1 to read about the candidates, even go on the YouTube, you hear the messages again. Very important, register. Register your email ID on the new website, jaincenter.org, so that you will receive the voter ID on November 1. We have also sent out this entire process. We will send out the entire process written up and by regular mail to all the registered mailing addresses, so that we know that everyone who has not gone online or not been here tonight also ends up receiving this information. The same message will also be emailed on tomorrow or day after.
It will be also email, and it will be on the website, so you can go later on and read it. So you don't have to digest everything and remember today, but at least you know what the process is, so you can educate yourself and your family and friends. The whole process will be emailed and also on the website.
Questions?
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Tomorrow, the actual instruction is going to be sent out, and the instructions are in English, Hindi, and Gujarati. And they will be mailed out to the address that's only going to tell you this. It's going to tell you the process which was spoken about here today. You're getting to see the demonstration, they just are going to get instruction in the mail.
Your email address that you have registered yourself with the website, that is the one will get it too if you're husband and wife. So
no, voter ID will be one for the family. The voter PIN will be different. So two unique voter PIN, voter ID will be one per family if there are two votes per family.
And this is for the life member only. So if you are not sure, or if you are not a life member, you will not get the voter ID, or you will not get the.
So some of the key questions that were brought up earlier when we were outside, I do not remember my email address, which was probably 10 years ago when I joined or became a life member. You can call in or email and find out if you are using a different email address. Email only. Oh, email only. if you were using a Yahoo or AOL, and now you are using a Gmail and want to switch email address, again, you need to request that. You won't be able to do it on your own. You would have to email election@jaincenter.net to request the change.
Any other question? No, this is per household. There was a primary and a secondary email. So your primary email, as you put in, that becomes your voting ID. So if you have chosen your or your spouse's, which one you have chosen as your primary ID, primary email, that becomes your voter ID.
Well, before that, repeat the, okay. So the email address, if you were RSVPing on the website, that is completely different than the membership. For the security of the members and voting process, if you have already previously done RSVP for any events in the past, you cannot use that to simply come here and vote. You have to go to the login process for the voter ID, voter PIN.
So in short, what he's trying to say is that if you think that you have already registered because you have RSVP'd before, that database is different. This is for the voting purpose, and for the security of the voting, we are not looking at that database. So we are looking at your primary email. So if you're using a different email addresses for the RSVP, don't think that that is your voter ID. This is your primary email address 10, 20, 27 years ago, probably you have put in, or maybe you have a new one. And if you're not sure, you can go to the same place, forgotten your ID, and then you can redo the whole process. And that is the reason we are asking you to do that before November 1, so we can answer everybody's questions and everybody is ready by November 1 to do the process of voting. So request here is that go online, go to the website and log in and figure it out which one is your primary email that you have used, that we are using it for voting purpose. Raman? We're going to be here, if you don't mind staying afterwards, and we will figure it out today for you.
That's something which has to be looked into the database, what we have. So really speaking, we're the elections, but to update whatever information of yours is, if you stay behind today, we'll try to figure out what is your status. Yes.
Yes. So every life member has a voting purpose. The question is that if the family of 4 and all 4 of them are eligible life member, how many ID they will be given per email addresses. So again, if your life membership, all 4 of you are a life member, then you will get 4 ID. So it is per life member. So if you have 4 people in your household and your primary email address is the same, then you, on that primary email address, you will get 4 ID. So it depends upon how many life member you have. 1 ID, 4 pins.
If we, in previous years, if you got 4 ballots in the mail, now you're going to get 4 voter unique IDs, unique pins. Exactly. Yes.
No.
When your application was made for membership, you probably applied for husband and wife or as a single person. Whatever your application was, that's your life membership. When your children came of age, you continue receiving or being able to RSVP on their behalf, but you never if you did not apply for them and make a contribution for the life membership, they are not life members. So if you have a question about life membership of the people in your family, then you need to approach either the database through the treasurer or you can talk to us and we can guide you through that process. So if you're not sure whether you're a life member or not, whether your children are life members or not, yes, come to us and we'll try to help you through that process. That's not something to do with the elections, but because we are in this anyway, we can probably help you out.
So you're 21 and up, older kids, not automatically a life member. They have to become a life member.
Mahendra Bhai, sorry, તમારી question હતો. Yes, the letter very specifically says, the question here was that what about people whose letters come back? I'll address that first. Letters that come back is just like that. There's a change of address, so we look up what information we have on that member on the database. We contact them, ask them for the new address, new email address, new phone numbers, etc., and we update our website. This has been done every election year. Also, if they do not, even after receiving the letter, do not go online, the letter that we're going to send out tomorrow in 3 languages very clearly says that if you are not going to register online, please come to the temple on the 8th or the 15th and we will help you do it in person over here. What we will do in person over here is actually issue or create that unique code and on the spot make them go on a laptop, in a discrete laptop in a confidential area where they can vote on the spot, so their vote also counts. Not only that, but we may be able to actually see how many people have voted, not who has voted or how much voting has been done on a specific candidate, but how many people have come back with a vote. So we will target those people who have not voted by sending them reminders that you still have not voted, please come online, and finally others, please come to the temple on the 8th or the 15th. So we plan to proceed that way. Yes. So this is Virendra Bhai's comment that not necessary that every person who's receiving an email is a life member of this center. A person could have simply registered to receive information and is getting information by being a well-wisher or a associate member or 2-year member of this thing. But those only life members are eligible to vote, nobody else. Right? No, you have to be a life member for at least 1 year prior to this, one calendar year prior to this election. That means to vote in the 2015 election, you should have been a member from 2014, October, September, whenever this process started, correct? One full calendar year prior to this election, you have to be a member to be eligible to vote in this elections. Yes, okay, so I'll give you the timeline real quickly. Let me give this one. So, starting today, tomorrow the letters are going to go out. The emails will go out, which is just about the process, requesting and urging everyone to go ahead and register themselves on the website. On November 1, all those who have registered with the registered email ID will receive the unique codes. November 1, voting starts. You have all the way up to November 17th. November 17th midnight is the last day for you to vote. That's 17 days right there. In between that, the 8th and the 15th is going to be opportunity to come and vote in person at the temple, correct? And on the 25th is when we are going to do the tabulation of the votes at the Jain Center. And pretty much being an online process, is going to be, the results will be out immediately.
22nd. And
Sorry.
people who are coming here to vote, that pin will only work for an hour, so they have to vote it here. If they don't vote, And if they decide to go home and vote, that's not going to work. They have to re-ask, and they will give a new new PIN. So that PIN will be voided. So that PIN, if you have asked from home via email, the PIN will be good for a longer period of time. But if you're doing it here, the only reason we are doing it that just in case the PIN that we give you, that paper, if you lose it, nobody else can use it. So that is the reason we are making that security. And if you do voting, decide to do the voting by paper when you are here, then that person's ID will be blocked and nobody else can vote on that ID. So we are trying to make that security also, that if you do paper, the ID will not work. If you do ID, your paper will not work. Only one of the voter election will be working.
All right, one more piece of information Jigar gave. So, for example, there are 5 areas to vote in, and you went ahead and clicked on only 3 of the candidates, and 2 categories you forgot, but you hit the button on the bottom which says submit. You'll probably get a prompt. You will get a prompt that you have voted for only 3 out of the 5 candidates, and if you'd like to go back and vote for more. In the past, we have seen that certain people will vote only in certain categories, not in all categories. So we do not want to discard those votes, but we will ask, is that what your final decision is? In which case, once you hit submit, there is no way that you can go back. Even if you do not vote for any certain area, you cannot go back and change your votes anymore. So once you hit submit, it's final. Any other questions? Anybody would like to sit back and do the registration, they can do it right now with us. We'll wait back for a few minutes, or as long as it's required, we will be here. If you have any other questions or not sure about the process, come back. We'll make your demonstration in person right now too. And on the 1st, we'll do the same. On the 1st of November, when it's back to Pathshala Day, we will also do the same thing. We'll come here in person, set up a desk, help people register them, as well as show them the process if required. Please let your friends, family, everybody know, all those are life members, that this is a very important one-time process. I'm going to repeat something which they said earlier. You have been getting emails. You have been responding to Swami Vatsal, counts, etc. That and this is separate. Why is it separate? Because this is very personal information. Your personal data is here. Your votes are going to go through here. It is not something which we want everyone who's handling Swami Vatsal or handling other information or casual visitors to the site to have access to. Which is why a one-time registration to this area, your member profile, is very, very important. Unfortunately, all of us, none of us, I think about 10% or so only registered in the last whole year, ever since this website is up and running. We do need everyone to register this. Everyone can make their own changes in the profile page, and that is where all the voting, etc., crucial information is going to come out from. Maybe in the future, you might even see that from that area, you can see your account, etc. So we want to keep this safeguarded, not to be in the general section where you can, get information or give information. That good? Any other questions? All right.
I think we should do the Nokar Mantra.
Okay, thank you very much. Nokar Mantra. We already started. It's not done yet.
Actually, it's our pleasure. By thanking us, you're taking our privilege.
Sorry.
Jayesh bhai, you stole the word from my mouth.
Virender bhai.
One second. So when you go over here and you say forgot password, and you will get a unique password. That's an encrypted one. It's in computer generated. You would use that to access your member profile. Then once you go into member profile, on the left-hand side, there is change password. You can go in there, click there, and change it to whatever password you're comfortable with. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. In your member profile area, you can do what you like. You can change your default email address. You can change the number of people in your household, your age, whatever you want, you can do over there.
This is just like a commercial websites where you can change as often as you like. It's totally up to you. It's a self-driven things. And again, as Jayesh bhai said, you guys have, really went more than the call of the duty. I'll have to really say we have one of the best panel put together here in the election, and the same goes to the nomination committee. We had one of the very nicest people manning the nomination process, and now they are doing the election process. So I'm extremely glad that they thought over everything. They even went beyond their call of the duty, and in last 2 years, I remember when I was the first time election, there were so many problems with the mailing list. There were so many problems with what you call the life membership. They worked in last 2 years so many times to clean it up, and finally we are at this stage. And their sincere efforts is to save Jain Center as much money, time, and efforts as they can. So that's why this year the login means web process is the primary process, and everything else is the secondary process. So please join me thanking them and applauding these people here on the stage. Right. Just to let you know, Jayesh Bhai, since he is a Jaina representative, and we are going to copyright this process. If Jayesh Bhai would like to lend it to other people, we'll have no problem licensing them at a certain amount. Okay. But they are, I'll have to really tell you, this is the kind of leaders we need ongoing basis in Jain Center.
Also the AV team, our
AV team.
backup.
Again, same thing happened. People steal my words before I finish them. I was there. I'm going to say thanks to the entire AV team. They come ahead of time. They wait it out till we finish, and then they stand to finish it off. So while we will be on our way to home, they will be still working details on that thing. So thank you, AV team, and thank you, election committee. And once again, thank you for the nomination committee. I can see members here right now. Okay, Jaswant Bhai is there, and Sonalban is there. Jai Janendra. Thank you very much. Now, Kar Mantra. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajjayanam, Namo Loe Savvasahunam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savvapavapanasano, Mangladancha Savvesim Padamam Havai Manglam. Jai Janendra, and thank you for coming.